Okay, welcome back to High School Prodigies Have It Easy, even in another world. And review, episode number 2, discussing episodes 3 and 4 for the series. Oh boy, the events episode 3 sets up the events episode 4. Basically, we find out in episode 3 that Rue is an escaped slave. So Mr. Prodigies just hand the money over that he just got, just buy her off on the spot. Like, okay. But she's like, I want to raise that money to buy my parents back. How nice of her to do that. So, and everything's going fine in the village. And then comes these stupid soldiers. These stereotypical, oh, I'm rich, so basically I could do whatever the heck I want. And I'm like, the stuff they're saying, I'm like, how is that against the law? So, they take basically Rue, it was Rue, Mystico, and Alec, and a few others hostage for the crime of, and I'm like, that's a crime? That is stupid. For daring to make money, touching gold, and daring to have a license. And also they take Lou basically hostage. I'm like, dude, you are completely stupid. If I was there, I'd probably like, you say all this against the law. Yeah? Your law is wrong. This is basically stupid. And I'd probably punch in the face. I'd probably also get a pilot driver too while I'm at it. I probably would do that. Oh, by the way, also Prince is there too because they captured. Also, while this is happening, one of the villagers gets attacked, and lucky enough, the Prodigy doctor uses her medical skills, which of course they proceed to. Kane, where she basically uses her wonderful surgical skills to save this man's life, which he's so happy with that. And then also, they kind of like burn down this building with all these hostages and take Lou hostage. So, lucky enough, Prince proceeds to have everybody all safe, perfectly fine, and Lou is taken for the Lord, who's the Marquis. Oh boy, who this Marquis is, I'm like, wow, this guy is a stereotypical villain. So, basically, they want to get her back, use violence. Like, okay, but we'll do it with some we're basically going to finish with society by 500 years. And they do this by introducing beryllium and an automatic, well, basically a bow that can actually fire and a bunch of other stuff. So, they arrive there, they find the castle, and then, of course, we meet the Marquis. Oh boy, this man is disgusting. Like, he's got gold teeth, he's chubby, which is standard for a lot of these anime where if nobles are overweight, that means they're basically evil. A lot of the time they are. They're basically terrible people because all they care about is themselves. And all he wanted to do is basically rape Lou. At one point that he attempted to kiss her, and then some magic went off, and he got, because, oh, his nosebleed. So string up on the bed so he could basically try to rape her that way. Not lying down, basically like this. So, in order to get their attention, they use a cannon made by Rune to fire at the frickin' castle wall. They're like, what the heck is that? And of course, here comes 200 guards, and then of course they're stopped by beryllium, of course all these bows, which of course all these bowmen are taken out by an expert marksman with a really good bow. And Tatsuki goes with Shinobu inside, where they get through no problem, and they come across a mage, who Shinobu easily avoids all of his attacks and takes them out with a frickin' stun gun. I'm like, really? She must have had it on her because Well, that's not something you have fantasy with. A freaking stun gun. Leaves a little mark on the forehead. And he goes to the marquee. As in the case of the other guys, well, they're usually do it pretty easily. So in the case of Tasha's like, he finds Lou, and then then he's shot with a flint pistol. Yes, a flint pistol. I know what this thing is. It's basically an old 18th century gun that was actually used 1800. I think it used a little bit in 19th century, but after the Civil War, that they actually stopped using the thing. That it slowly evolved into what we now know as the handgun. So then, of course, basically, it's like he's shot. Like, oh, he should be dead. And of course, he gets up. It's like, like, how are you alive? Bulletproof suit. And then he takes a handgun, and of course, basically, he's like, it's illegal for commoners to have freaking weapons. I'm like, are you freaking stupid, dude? And of course, Tatsuya proceeds to shoot him in the head, except he had rubber bullets in him. Also, they explain the whole thing about like the 7 heroes. Apparently, like for Survival of the Fittest, like all the world religions were basically wiped out, which I think is so stupid. Like they say, Survival of the Fittest. So I have all the world's religions. That's stupid, really stupid. So like, oh, you need to take me down. The Emperor basically will hunt you down. And Tasha's like, well, then I'm going to kill the Emperor. Which I'm sure he's going to do that. And of course, he does come up Lou, basically with Suka, like being a complete gentleman. Because basically, they put her in this weird outfit, which of course, the Marquis took a knife and basically just cut up these strings. Almost like he was ready to strip her naked and trying to rape her right there. But look how basically stopped. And then her body is taken over by... They identify her, but apparently the world's goddess. Like, oh yeah, one of some of them. And after a little bit, basically loses back normal. And it's like, yeah, we're going to start the People's Revolution. Which, that should be interesting. And, yeah. Like, I got handed to this series, basically, so far. This is by far some of the most original concepts I have ever seen in a isekai anime. A woman using surgical skills in fantasy world. A mage taken down with a freaking stun gun. An airplane. I'm like, wow, good thing I came across this. Yeah, but otherwise, though, great episodes. I'm going to continue a little bit here. I still going to do my anime. I got 4 to do. One, I don't know if it's going to come out today. I'm going to save these for later. I'm just going to go through the rest of this. I have 8 more to go, so I'm going to try to get this today. So, next up, more of this. But this series, like I said so far, has been really good. And I like how long ago this came out. This came back in 2019. Like, really, a 7-year-old anime. Yeah, 7 years old. And it was made by a company known as Project 9, who's only been operating for 17 years. And have I seen any series that they've worked on besides this one? Super X Heroes, The Vaccinations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess, and that's it. Yeah. So this is the 3rd series. I gotta hand it to it. This has been really good so far. Is this one of the first ones? No. No, it is not. But do I think the series should get, based on the series seasons going so far, do I think it should get season 2? We'll find out and see. Now, I'm not sure how much they covered for the light novels, which the light novels actually finished up, and this is by sheer weird coincidence. So, they released a final light novel about 2 months after the series ended. You're like, really? It's assuming that the series covered the first, 4 books. Has the manga ceased? Yes, it has. The manga ceased about a little over 5 years, almost a little over 4 years ago that the manga ceased, the mangatation of it, which I read a little of it. In the case of light novels, it was maybe 2 months after the series ended, but as of right now, it concluded 6 years ago. Yeah. Oh, this is interesting though. So the creator of the series also worked on another series I have reviewed, Chivalry of a Failed Knight, a series that also had one season. This one, I think I reviewed this back in 2021. I think it was. And this is another one where, the actual light novel series actually included just a few years ago. Now, for some weird reason, they decided to. Okay, it looks like they did release them here briefly, and then they stopped. So basically, J Novel Club, another company based on publishing novels here, they took over publication because the original company was Soul Press. They released the first 5 books here. I read the first 3, and then basically since they took over, they have since released book 6 through 9 and book 0. Still got a while to go. Does that one need a second season? Oh, heck yes, definitely. It's a great show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also one of my favorite anime that Lucy Christian stars in. Yep. Of course, that was not made by Prodigies. That was made by Silver Link and Nexus. Yep, and as of right now, I know I'm discussing kind of other series, but it's been a mistake company. So Silver Link, these series basically I've seen that company has made. Besides Silver Link, there's also been Death Montreal Rhapsody, Misfit of Demon Academy, Our Last Together Rise New World, The Great Job Will Not Be Defeated, The World's Finest Assassin Gets Reincarnated in the World's Aristocrat, The Greatest No Reward Typical Nobody. Yeah, roughly 7 for that one. For Nexus, it's just that one, Endless Shadow, and that's it, just 2. But yeah, great stuff here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the writer is still alive. He's only Riku. Yeah, he is still very much alive, and he's only 39, so he's just a couple years older than me. So yeah, and he doesn't put any more light novels anymore. No, his like Failed Knight that wrapped up a few years ago, and of course, this one basically wrapped up 5 years ago. Actually 6. And there's also another series he started like right after he wrapped up this one, which was I Kissed My Girlfriend's Little Sister, which was never done for an anime as far as I can tell. But that wrapped up 3 years ago. So as of currently, this guy's not writing any more books. So you're probably thinking like, could this one Failed Knight could get 6th season? It should. Definitely. Especially since there's still plenty of material. When can they do it? Who knows? Alright, so that's pretty much a particular video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. Next up, basically, is back to this series. Okay, next video. Bye.